Alright, welcome to the Ironwood Gym. Well, it's not exactly the Ironwood Gym, but it is a project related to the gym. And so a lot of times, lifters, when they're using their belts, they'll lose weight or gain weight, and they don't necessarily want to go out and buy a new belt. At least I didn't. I like supporting equipment companies with my purchases, but at the same time, I don't want to spend $150 every time I lose weight or gain weight. So this is my belt from a couple years back. This is an Elite FTS P2 belt, 13 millimeter belt, and a few years ago I purchased this. I've had it for quite a while, probably about 10 years. It's a very sturdy belt, lasts for a long time, but a few years back I had lost some weight and needed to add 2 holes. So it's really not that big of an issue. I've used those 2 holes. I'm currently in those 2 holes right now. And it's not that big of a deal to add holes to a belt. So that's what I want to show you guys today. The next thing is, this is going to be a pretty low budget or easy make film. My video editing software is down at the moment. So until that gets up, I've got to keep things pretty simple. So I'm just going to move the camera. I'm going to do it all in one shot, and I'm going to move the camera when I need to, and it might be a little distracting, but it'll all be good. So this is my wife's belt, actually. This is the Elite FTS P2 old school belt, and purchased it. It was good, and not long after, she's only had it for about 6 months, and she's getting to that point where she needs to add some holes to the belt. Okay, we don't want to go purchase a new belt only 6 months after she got this one. So what we're going to do, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find the drill bit, and I've already sized it up, but just take a drill bit, kind of stick it through the holes, make sure it's close to the size that you want. This is a 3/8 inch bit, and it is the perfect size for the holes that are already there. So we're going to add 2 more holes to this. Now, as far as your drill bit goes, there are different types of drill bits. I recommend, if you can see that here, this is a brad point drill bit. So if you see real closely here, it comes to a very sharp point. I don't know how well you can see that. Put it on a black surface, maybe that'll show it a little bit better. That point at the top is a very sharp point, and that'll give you a good way to start the hole. Also, these it's just a much sharper drill bit, and it'll help get you a much cleaner hole as you go through. The next thing is, I don't recommend, and you might be able to do it, I haven't tried it, is I recommend putting 2 pieces of wood down. But you need to know, with that, you need to know where you're drilling so you get the holes in the right spot. So that's what I'm going to show you here. I've already got 1 piece of wood under here. You don't need to make anything straight at this point. Okay, all I'm going to do is mark out some of the holes that are on there. I'm going to mark some of these holes. I'm just going to take a pencil, and I'm going to mark these holes. This board, right now it's on the bottom. Whenever I go to drill the belt or drill the new holes, this board will be on top. Okay, that'll help me line up exactly where I want those new holes. So I'm going to mark 3 holes. I'm going to mark 2 that are close to, and I'm just tracing around the hole. I'm going to mark 2 that are closest to where I want the new holes. And then I'm going to come down a few holes. This is just going to help me line it up. I'm going to make another hole there. Okay, so now I've got, if you can see it, I've made three circles on here. Okay, those are holes for the existing belt. And you can use a drill press or a drill. A drill is fine. Either one will get the job done. For these holes right here, I don't need it clamped or anything. I can just hold it with my hand, make sure you're not drilling into your table. But I can just hold it with my hand, make sure that drill is centered in that circle. Drill my hole. Okay, drill these 2 holes. now I've got my 3 holes. Get rid of that sawdust. So now I want to clamp these together. If I line these holes up on top of the belt, I need to grab a clamp real quick. If I line these holes up on top of the belt, I know I'm going to be going in a straight line. Okay. The next thing I need to do is I need to mark and basically make a straight line through these holes. And then I need to mark where the next 2 holes are going to go. Okay, so I'm going to grab my square. I'm going to grab some clamps really quick. Alright, so I've got, sorry, I got a little bit of dust in my eyes there. So when I'm looking at this, I just want to get a gauge how far these holes are apart. And they are roughly almost exactly 1 inch from center to center. Okay, so if I run this ruler through these holes from center, I've got my holes lined up. I'm going to run I'm going to make a mark every inch. So 1 inch, make my mark there, 1 inch, make my mark there. Now remember, I'm not trying, the holes keep me straight. The holes that I made on the board are what's going to keep me straight. Now, what I'm going to do is, I think the best way for me to do this, just clamp here. Okay. Now here, put that drill bit right on that mark that I made for the center of the hole, and I'm just going to drill straight through. And the leather is a little bit tough. There's one. Pull this back just a little. I'm still lined up. Everything's still good as far as the holes go. Alright. It's probably a little bit easier on the drill press, as far as the strength that you have to go through there. But I wipe the dust away, and I have 2 new holes drilled in this belt. Okay, so this is the old hole, here's a new hole, here's my next new hole. And those holes, I can put this on real quick. I don't think I can get to those holes. If I really crank it down, it fits pretty tight on me. And not exactly where I like it, but it works just fine. There's nothing wrong with the leather there. And I got 2 new holes in my belt, so it can be cranked down a little bit tighter than it was. And that is it. If you got any questions, let me know. Like I said, pretty short video, pretty easy to do. Just add some new holes so you don't have to go out and buy yourself a new belt. Until next time, that is it.